What's up, guys? I am back from my about a 1 month layoff. Had a lot of stuff going on. Was finishing my research like late Friday night, and then the cards were starting early Saturday morning, so couldn't really get much content out there. But I'm back. I'm good now. I should be back for good, posting videos every week. Um, and a good card to come back to. I actually like this card a lot. Lots of good matchups on this card. Lots of fighters I like on this card. So I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, this is the main card. I'll be posting the prelims tomorrow. Also, DraftKings video out tomorrow as well. Um, but yeah, let's get started. All right, the first matchup we have here is Eric Anders versus Gerald Meerschaert. Anders is minus 160, and Meerschaert is plus 140, which is interesting because I do think the line should be a little bit wider. I definitely think Anders should be around minus 210, minus 220 around that range. But I like Anders a lot here. I think Meerschaert's just submission or bust. Yeah, he's an awful striker. I think he hasn't landed more than 10 strikes in his past two fights, um, which is absolutely insane. He needs to get to the ground to win, in my opinion. If this stays on the feet, he doesn't really have a chance. Even though Anders is a low volume striker, but he does hit very hard. He got a first round knockout in his last fight, but he is the better striker by far. And he does have a 75% takedown defense. And also, he's never been submitted, and I do think that is Meerschaert's only path to victory is a submission. Definitely cannot see a winning decision. Um, Anders is very strong. It's going to be hard to take him down, especially with Meerschaert's wrestling not being that good. So I do think Anders um, should win and will win, and I think this line's absolutely insane, minus 160. I'm definitely looking to put a bet on that. I think it's very safe. I think he's getting a little underrated here. Um, and I know Meerschaert has pulled out these crazy victories against Trevin Giles last time, but Giles was just messing around, came in with an awful game plan, was even taking Meerschaert down, messing around on the ground, and ended up getting submitted by Meerschaert. So if Anders doesn't come out here trying to take Meerschaert down, uh, trying to play with him on the round, play with him around on the ground, he definitely should win this fight. And I do think there's a lot of value on Anders at minus 160. And also, you got Anders wins inside the distance at plus 160. So I think that could be a decent bet as well. Anders inside the distance plus 160, so we can get plus money there. Uh, put some money on that. I do think there's a great chance he could knock out Meerschaert here, maybe the first or second round. I think Anders is hungry. I think the Roundtree fight woke Anders up a little bit. So yeah, I do like Anders, and my final prediction is going to be Anders second round knockout there, but would not be surprised if he won a very extremely convincing decision as well. Next fight, we got a very good fight actually with Matt Frivola and Luis Pena. I'm kind of a Pena hater. I hate to say it because he has been running through these guys lately. Um, but I did pick him his last fight against Matt Wyman. He dominated Wyman. I believe I think he got like a second round finish. But he looked very good. But that was against Matt Wyman. Frivola's a lot more tougher and the better fighter than Wyman, of course. But Frivola did get knocked out his first fight against Paulo Reyes. He's very aggressive, which that's probably what led to his knockout against Paulo Reyes there. Um, and he also is a very good wrestler. And Pena's takedown defense is not too good, but he does defend takedowns very well with submissions, as we've seen in his past fights. I think he's the better fighter on the feet for sure, and I think if Frivola does get this on the ground, maybe he can control Pena a little bit on the ground. But Pena's not too bad on the ground as well, so this is a tough fight to call. I think Pena is moving up a weight class. I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure, but he should anyway. If this isn't up a weight class, I think he should move up a weight class. But I do think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Pena has probably the reach. He has the length. I do think if Frivola does take him down, I think Pena can get back up. Then when this is on the feet, I think Pena is just a better striker. So I do think Pena can get a convincing decision here, and then I want to say maybe a knockout. But Frivola is really tough, and Pena is not really known for his knockout ability. Besides his last fight, he did get a knockout, but overall, I think Pena is going to win a convincing decision here. Frivola might get him down a couple times, but I think Pena can get back up. Even reverse position on Frivola there. Frivola did impress a lot of people, including me in his last fight when he fought Jalen Turner. I was all over Jalen Turner. I thought Turner was going to knock him out, but Turner absolutely crapped the bed there. So, um, yeah, this is a very close fight, but I'm going to lean Pena. I would not bet this fight because I do think it is very close. Don't mind the line of minus 160 for Pena, and pretty much a stay away fight for me. But my final prediction is going to be Lewis Pena by decision here. Next, we got Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas, another fight I'm definitely going to stay away from. Ribas, she submitted Emily Whitmire in the UFC debut, and Mackenzie Dern, as everybody knows, just had a baby, but she has been looking very good. Seen a lot of pictures of her and videos of her. She does look very good, probably better than she's ever looked before, which is crazy. But she's elite on the ground, but she has a really poor wrestling, so it's gonna be hard to get it there. Unless Ribas wants to take it to the ground herself, because Ribas has some pretty good takedowns. But I don't know if Ribas is going to want to go to the ground with Dern here. Um, I could see this playing out on the feet the whole time, and if it does, this could be a very close fight. And I think that's why a lot of love is coming in on Amanda Ribas. I guess people are thinking that Dern won't be able to get it to the ground and won't be able to get that submission, which I think that is her easiest path to victory here because she is very, very good on the ground. But if I do think if this stays on the feet, it could be close. But Dern does throw with a lot of power. I do think she can land the harder shots. But overall, I think Dern could get to the ground, and once she does, I do think she can maybe get a submission. Ribas is not bad on the ground herself, but Dern just way better on the ground in my opinion. But on the feet, this is close. But I'm going to lean with the power of Dern and the submission upside of Dern, and I'm going to pick her to win a submission in the late second round. I just don't really get why the money is coming in on Ribas. I do think this could be aligned a little bit closer towards a pick'em, but something I definitely would not bet at all. But I am going to pick Dern to win. Next fight, we got Mike Davis versus Thomas Gifford. I like Davis a lot in this fight. I think he should be a bigger favorite than this at minus 260. Gifford's just not a very good striker. I think it's submission or bust for Gifford. He does need to get this to the ground, but he does have pretty poor wrestling, so I don't know if he can get it there. And Mike Davis, he competed with Sadiq Yusuf on Dana White's Contender Series. Had a very good fight with Yusuf, and we've seen what Yusuf has been doing. So he did lose to Gilbert Burns, but there's no shame in that. Gilbert Burns has been on fire, and I do think he's the better striker here by a good margin, and he has very good power. Gifford's pretty tough, so I don't know if Mike Davis is going to knock him out, but I do think Davis can stop the takedowns because I do think that Gifford is going to try to land some takedowns here. I think he can stop the takedowns, and if he does get taken down, get right back up. And I think he will land that hard shot, and I do think he will knock out Gifford. Maybe first or second round here, but Mike Davis minus 260. I'd throw him in a parlay. Let's see what Mike Davis inside the distance is. Because I do think Mike Davis can win inside the distance. And Davis inside the distance is about plus 115. So that's not bad at all. Wouldn't mind taking a shot on Davis inside the distance because he does throw with a lot of power. And I do think he's the better fighter by far here. And I do think that line's a little close. Next, we got a very, very good fight here. Kron Gracie versus Cub Swanson. Kron Gracie is a minus 155 favorite, and Cub Swanson is a plus 135 underdog. Lots of love coming in on Cub Swanson, and I understand why, because I do think this line should be a lot closer. I do think Swanson should even be a slight favorite here. As crazy as that sounds, but Swanson has lost 4 in a row, but he has fought the way better competition, like it's far and away better. He is the better striker by far, it's not even close. He needs to keep this on the feet and stuff all the takedowns, but he does have a 60% takedown defense, I believe, so I don't know. This can go one or two ways here. Either Gracie's going to submit him or Swanson's going to win a convincing decision or even knock Gracie out. But Gracie's only had 6 MMA fights. He's a far less experienced fighter. He did submit Caceres in his UFC debut, which he's not very good. But if this does hit the ground, I think it'll be over. And if this does not hit the ground, I think he will lose. That's why I think this fight should be more so a pick'em, um, or even Swanson, even a slight favorite due to his experience and all that. But if I did have to take a shot on a bet or anything, I'd definitely take a shot on Swanson at plus money. I think that's what a lot of people are doing, and I do agree with that. But if Gracie gets this down once, I think it'll be over. Swanson has a black belt himself, but he's nowhere near the level of jiu-jitsu as Gracie there. So if I had to pick a winner, I'm gonna pick Gracie here. I'm gonna pick Gracie. I think he could get this to the ground at least once, sometime in the fight, and I do think when he does, it will be over. But I would not be surprised at all if Swanson knocks him out or stuffs the takedowns and wins a very convincing decision. And I would not be surprised if we're watching the fight and we're thinking, man, Swanson should have been a minus 200, 300 favorite. Um, and same, it can go the other way either. We would not be surprised if Gracie was the minus 200, 300 favorite if Gracie does take him down right away and submit it right away. But um, I'm going to just slightly lean with Gracie. It's going to be a no bet from me, but I do think there's value on Swanson. But my pick is Gracie there to win by submission. And next we got the main event, which is not a bad main event. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Michelle Waterson, and Jędrzejczyk is minus 335 and Waterson is plus 275. The line did go down to Joanna like minus 295, minus 300, but money's been coming back in on her because of the weight cut rumors and whatnot. But Jędrzejczyk is a high volume striker. Like I said, there could be weight cut issues. She did want to get the fight to catch weight, I believe. But Waterson did not want to do that. So Jędrzejczyk said she's going to try to make it to weight, which is never a good sign. I think this will play out on the feet the whole time. And if it does, Joanna's just a better striker overall and higher output. Waterson doesn't throw with much power, so I don't think there's a chance to really knock Jędrzejczyk out. And then I think Waterson might shoot for a couple takedowns, but I do think this primarily will play out on the feet. And now Waterson's taken a huge step up in competition here, and I just don't think she's ready for this. And I think I agree with this line, minus 335. Go ahead and put her in your parlays there. I like her to win. A very convincing decision. Maybe Waterson will get around, but I do think she'll definitely win that convincing decision. As for a finish, probably not. I think I can definitely see Jędrzejczyk just winning a decision. Fight goes to decision is minus 270. I don't really think there's value on that. Fight doesn't go to decision, it's plus 210. I wouldn't really to take a stab at that either. So I do think Joanna can win by decision. So Jędrzejczyk inside the distance is plus 390, and Jędrzejczyk wins by decision is minus 145. So I do think there's a little bit of value on that. Would like to get a better line than that, but minus 145 is not bad at all if you wanted to take a stab at Joanna getting a decision, which I think that will happen. But yeah, that's about it. Very exciting card. I'm very excited for it. I like the prelims a lot as well. Lots of good fights on the prelims as well, including the Nico Price fight that is actually on the main card, but it's going to be in my prelims video, so make sure you guys check that out. I'll be posting it tomorrow along with my DraftKings breakdown. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, just comment below. Follow me on Twitter, nut_DFS. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And that's about it, and good luck with your guys' bets.